Welcome back to another video. People seem to want to know my opinion on the Warwick versus the Taipan versus the 7615, so let's jump into it. So, in no particular order, we're going to start with the big black elephant in the room, which is the cost. So, a base model Warwick, if you go onto the rifle builder bloody thing on the website, with everything basic and not adding on too many other things, you're looking at around $3,500, $3,550, somewhere around that price point. For the SCSA Taipan, you're looking at around the $2,000 mark. And for a 7615, obviously they're discontinued now, but you can still pick them up secondhand. You're looking at anywhere between $1,500 and $2,500. I feel like a lot of people are listing them for a hell of a lot more than what they're actually worth. I personally wouldn't pay $2,500 for a 7615, and I feel like people think that by putting shit on them, it makes them worth more. It doesn't really. It just means you've got more shit you've got to take off to then build it how you would want it, because some of the builds I've seen on Oz Gun Sales are fucking atrocious and you should be ashamed of yourselves. So obviously under cost, the best one there would be the 7615. You can get it the cheapest out of all three, although the Taipan, it's kind of almost neck and neck, but we're going to give that one to the 7615. All right, let's move on to usability, and mainly with the usability, we're talking about cocking. So how smooth is it when you cock the action? So I've played with a Warwick WFA1L. I used to own a 7615, and I've shot extensively the SCSA Taipan. So I feel like I'm kind of qualified to talk about this. The most smooth action on all three would be the Warwick. It is by far the smoothest. You do have to add the Faber kit to it though if you want to go pump action, although a lot of IPSC shooters are liking it because you can use it as pump action when you're doing your bloody, John Wick shit. And then if you do need to shoot from a prone position or a barricade, you've got your left-hand side cocking handle bloody thing. So it has options there, although you do have to pay the extra money to add the Faber kit on. But under usability, cocking, smoothness, the Warwick would win hands down. Let's go now to accuracy. 7615s are notorious for not being the most accurate things in the world. I mean, they're accurate enough for most bloody applications. I know a lot of animals out there who say it is pretty bloody accurate because they're all fucking dead. Out of all of them, the best accuracy I would say would have to go to the SCSA Taipan. The Lothar Walther barrel in that is supremely accurate. Actually quite ridiculous how accurate that barrel is. So Taipan, you've got a score on the board. All right, fit and finish. Fit and finish would have to go to the Warwick WFA1. Again, it's just the way that it's made. You obviously, when you pick it up, it feels like it costs $4,000 because it does cost $4,000. It's not a $4,000 gun that feels like a $1,000 gun, if that kind of makes sense to you in your brain holes. I can't fault the fit and finish. The Cerakoting was good on it. Everything was smooth. Look, even just the way that it popped open to give it a good clean and whatever. It is a very nice rifle, fit and finish and how it all works and whatever. All right, let's move on to weight. Under the weight, we have the base Warwick. The very base one with the 14-inch barrel is 3.4 kilos, which being the heaviest of the three. The next down would be the 7615, which comes in at 2.23 kilos. 300 grams lighter again is the Taipan. So the Taipan is the lightest of the three, so we'll give that point to the Taipan. Moving on to availability of parts. This hands down would have to go to the Remington 7615. Why? Because when Remington makes a firearm, they make a fucking shitload of parts. There are so many parts out there, it is goddamn ridiculous, because you don't just have the 7615, you have the 7600 series as well, because a lot of the parts are interchangeable. So the 7600 obviously being the long action version of it, and also interchangeable parts with I believe it's 760, and you have all of the semi-automatic versions as well. A lot of the parts like trigger groups, buttstocks and all of that crap are all interchangeable. So yes, it's discontinued, but you can still get parts absolutely everywhere. You have to give it to that. Warwick, I'm not too sure about the interchangeability of Warwicks with AR standard parts, so that's why I haven't gone with that. And the Taipan, Jeff, who owns the Taipan that has been on the channel, he just got his cam pin today. It's the 22nd of Feb at the time of filming. He told them that it broke on, I believe it was like the 5th of January, somewhere around there. So that's a bit shit, and that had to come through OSA, not directly from SCSA. And then to get it from OSA, you've got to go through a Class 1 dealer, so a gun shop. So it just becomes a bit of a fucking pain in the ass. So Taipan's availability of parts is a bit poo tickets, although they did send him a spare bolt release catch. So just in case that breaks, which it probably will, he can replace that as well. All right, customization. I'm going to give this a draw. Kind of. Customization. We're going to write the Taipan off completely because the Taipan, if you read the small print in the warranty, you do any sort of customization, warranty's void. That's just down to the Warwick and the 7615. Now the Warwick, when you build your rifle on the website, you can add on and subtract whatever the bloody hell you want. It's a really, really cool website. A lot of people just go on the website, they don't want to buy it, but they just want to build a rifle. It's very fucking cool. 7615. There are so many aftermarket things out there for 7615 because they've been around for a long time. There is endless amounts of atrocities you can commit to that rifle by putting extra shit on it. And as I said before, some of the fucking builds I've seen on Oz Gun Sales and used guns are absolutely atrocious, and it makes me violently ill. So for that, actually I don't like draws, so we're going to give that to the 7615. Sorry, Warwick fanboys. All right, let's go to caliber choice. Now, the Taipan. We have 223. The Warwick, we have 223 and 300 blackout, and the 7615, here's where it gets interesting. If we open this up just to the whole family, not just the 15, but the whole family of Remington 7600, we have the following calibers we can pick from. 223, 243, 270, 308, 3006, 6 Remington, 280 Remington, 35 Wayland, 35 Remington, and apparently, so I've been told, there was a 300 blackout version at one point. So that is 10 fucking calibers to pick from. That's pretty bloody good. So caliber choice is going to go to the 7615. So let's tally up this, and we're going to whack it up on the screen in our Doner Kebab scoreboard. For the Warwick, we have 1 for cocking, 2 for fit and finish. For the Taipan, we have 1 point for accuracy. And for the 7615, we have the cost, availability of parts, we have customization, and we have caliber choice. That is a maximum of 4 points. Now that is really going to annoy some people, being that the oldest, the cheapest, and the shittiest one has just won that, which just goes to show that these sort of videos are pretty fucking pointless because you just need to go out and buy whatever you want to go out and buy. I can only give you my opinion. If I had thousands of dollars and I was into either LARPing or SPSC shooting, I would get the Warwick. I think, seriously, I think the Warwick WFA1 is a very excellent rifle. For me personally, it costs too much bloody money. The Taipan, I think they need to do a lot of work on the Taipan and get it up to scratch, because at the moment, it ain't hitting the mark. And the 7615 is just the 7615. It was the cool thing to have about 10 to 15 years ago. It's kind of, I don't know, it's dying off again. It might come back in popularity. We'll see what happens. They don't make them anymore. They probably should. So, I hope you got something out of that video. I hope that was entertaining, mostly informative, secondly. And if you like that sort of content, hit the subscribe button. If you want to support the channel, hit Patreon, link in description. That's enough from me. I'll see you next video, and hooroo.